What's up, guys? Chase Oliver 68 here, bringing you my Money in the Bank 2012 review. Money in the Bank was live in Phoenix, Arizona. Shout out to the Chris Phoenix. He actually went to the show, so I hope he had a good time. But let's see, was Money in the Bank, was it good or was it bad? Let's find out. So, like every other Money in the Bank, we open up with the SmackDown Money in the Bank match. And the participants in this match were Cena, Damien Sandow, Dolph Ziggler, Cody Rhodes, Christian. Come on. I'm on a roll. Santino, Tensai. There's one more. I'm forgetting one more. Tyson Kidd. Bam! Let's do it. But anyways, this SmackDown Money in the Bank match, I'm not gonna lie, it started off like a botch fest. Like Sin Cara was botching, Tensai was botching, Santino was botching. I mean, it was just a sloppy start. I was like, oh my god, what a sloppy way to start off your Money in the Bank pay-per-view. About probably like near the last 4 minutes is when this match finally picked up and was really good, with everyone hitting all these crazy moves. Tyson Kidd like showing like he's a new Shelton Benjamin for these Money in the Bank matches. I mean, hitting crazy moves. I mean, the last 4 minutes were really good to this match. But the ending kind of came to me in an abrupt fashion. It wasn't like in a fashion where the crowd could get soaked in, like knowing that this person's going to grab the briefcase. It was just kind of like anticlimactic, kind of fast. Like, I'm not going to say it disappointed me, but I just kind of wish there was more of a crowd-soaking moment where you hear the crowd react to the person about to grab the briefcase. And the winner ended up being Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler won after throwing Christian off. We did get some cool moments. As I mentioned, Tyson Kidd did some weird senton type of splash. Very cool move. Spear by Christian to Cody Rhodes off the ladder. Damien Sandow looked good in this match. Sin Cara was pretty much... Sin Cara didn't do that much in this match. Santino had a funny bit in this match. Tensai was just kind of whatever in this match. He just didn't really prove that much of a factor. Cody Rhodes, I didn't like how in the end of the match he wasn't really the guy that you're supposed, like, you know, a lot of people thought Cody Rhodes was going to win, but he wasn't part of like the finishing section. He was kind of more of just whatever. But I'm glad Dolph Ziggler won. Hopefully he cashes in clean, like everyone else, unlike everyone else that cashes in dirty. Just saying. But congratulations to Dolph Ziggler. Before we get on, we have Sheamus. You know, Sheamus is kind of worried because now there's a Money in the Bank holder after him. He has to deal with Alberto Del Rio, and he says that he's a fighting champion. Yay! But we got a surprising return of The Miz, and The Miz came back, and he's happy to be back. And now he's a movie star. He's a movie star, and I wouldn't call a WWE film being a movie star, but okay, Miz. But he comes back, and he announces that he's going to be in the Raw Money in the Bank. You couldn't have added him sooner? I'm just saying. But next up, we had Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio. And Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio was a very slow, methodically paced match, where the whole time Del Rio was focusing on the arm of Sheamus. Nothing really too special in this match, but it was very good pacing. I really liked the pacing of this match. The ending, though, oh god, very abrupt. It was just kind of lame. I mean, Del Rio did not, the whole time Del Rio working on that arm, he did not hit one cross arm breaker. It made no sense how Sheamus was able to punch Del Rio in the chest when his arm was injured. How the fuck is Sheamus punching Del Rio in the chest if his arm's supposed to be injured? And then it just came with white noise and bro kick and no reversals. It was just kind of like a weird ending. And then afterwards, Del Rio and Ricardo start beating up Sheamus, and so here comes internet fans rejoice. Dolph Ziggler cashing in, yay! But that wasn't the case. Del Rio was getting pissed off that Ziggler was cashing in, so Del Rio was trying to distract Ziggler, and then Ziggler's like, oh, fuck you, and then just hits Del Rio. About to cash in on the Money in the Bank, and then Sheamus just kicks him in the face, grabs his world title belt, and leaves. And this was a nice tease for Ziggler, and I know a lot of fans were hoping, oh, maybe Dolph Ziggler can get his moment by winning the world title. Listen here, I'm a Ziggler fan, don't get me wrong. I'm tired of the Money in the Bank fucking holder winning the same fucking way. You fans like to complain like that saying Cena is same old shit, how he wins. The Money in the Bank, how everyone cashes in, is the same old fucking shit. Pretty hypocritical, right? Just because it doesn't involve Cena. Now the Money in the Bank does involve Cena, but we'll get to that later. But the way it's cashed in every single time is the same old shit. So no one complains about it because it's with superstars they like. Stop being hypocritical for once and actually think, yeah, that is the same old shit. Yeah, it gets repetitive. It gets boring. And then a lot of people complain how the titles don't have value because they always go on the same superstars or superstars don't hold them for long enough. How does someone beating someone basically in a squash match make a title valuable? It doesn't. So I'm tired of hearing people saying that the only thing same old shit in the WWE is just Cena, because the Money in the Bank, how it's treated, is pretty much the same old shit. I'm not saying I want Dolph to lose. I want Dolph to cash in cleanly to be a good, strong world champion. I'm tired of the same old shit with the Money in the Bank. Sorry, it's true. It's just pathetic. I mean, just think about it for a while and think, yeah, that is kind of true that the Money in the Bank, how it's being used, it's always the same. And I know someone's going to be smart and say, well, it's used for the heels to get over. When every fucking heel does it, it doesn't help, okay? It really doesn't help. It just feels boring. And then every heel ends up being the same too. They're cowardly. They don't really defend their title all that much. Like, they defend their title, but they win in cheap ways, a la Daniel Bryan, a la The Miz. CM Punk was the only incredible heel made out of it. Edge kind of was cheaply with Batista in 07. Edge lost the first time he defended. RVD was like the only clean cash-in. Give us another clean cash-in. Please, WWE. That's all I'm asking. Another clean cash-in. But maybe that's too much to ask for. But next up, we got the Primetime Players versus Epico and Primo in a tag team match. Kind of funny how our tag team champions, which Little Chris, I know you want to say something about Michael Cole, and he was pissing me off too, but I got to talk about this match, and then you can talk about Michael Cole. But isn't it funny how the tag team #1 contenders and Epico and Primo are on the pay-per-view over the tag team champions? I don't know. That's just kind of weird to me. But this match was very standard. Nothing really too special. It was a fun tag match. AW had his moment telling Primo to go back to Taco Bell, stop crossing the border, saying Rosa can't dance, and then Rosa danced. And then once again, the Primetime Players lose again, and then I'm trying to think to myself, why are they the #1 contenders that they keep on losing? I don't understand what WWE is trying to go with this, but we will see in time. And Little Chris actually wants to come up here and rant about Michael Cole. He's sick and tired of Michael Cole hating on Little Jimmy now. Little Chris, the floor is all yours, man. You just kind of omit it to yourself. Little Chris, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Little Chris, come on. This is family now. Okay, sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt. You know, you don't have to be that mean, man. You could be nicer. I know. Okay, just finish up, so that way we can continue on with the review. All right. Well, that was Little Chris on Michael Cole. If you guys can hear him or see him, you guys are crazy. But yeah, that was Little Chris. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. Love you, dog. But anyways, we have another matchup. This time it's the WWE Championship match, and featuring CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan with AJ Lee as a special guest referee. This was a very good match between the two. I'm not gonna lie, I did enjoy it. I'm glad they actually made this no DQ. Kind of random that they threw that stipulation out there, but I'm glad they kind of did make it no DQ, so that way they could do some cool hardcore spots. But it's just like, even though this was a good match, I just come to scratch myself in the head of saying, what was the point of adding AJ Lee to this match? I mean, yeah, sure, she got involved into it, but it kind of made you think that she would be the ultimate factor of who's going to win the WWE Championship, but she really wasn't that ultimate factor. She was just kind of there. So it kind of felt useless for AJ to even be in this match. I'm sorry, but it kind of is true. I mean, they built her up for this whole, like, oh, she's going to decide who's the winner of the match, and she really wasn't the ultimate factor. Yeah, she counted the 1, 2, 3, which led to CM Punk retaining, but it wasn't like she was the ultimate factor. I kind of like that she did not get way too involved in this match, so I will say that, because I don't want any more Russo swerves, and this has to be the end to the CM Punk Daniel Bryan feud. It just has to be, because it kind of feels like, you know, they already had 3 pay-per-views in a row where these guys wrestled in a match, and Punk has won every single one of them. So, to be honest, it kind of feels like it's an ending to this feud. And if this is, at least they went out with a good match. Nothing more to say about this. I'm just kind of confused about the whole AJ Lee. If any of you guys are also confused about AJ Lee's involvement, you know, comment down below. Oh, Ryback come to eat. Ryback, squash, Rex, and Hawkins. That is all. See, I'm going to keep my Ryback matches short in that voice, because there's no point in describing them. But next up, we had a Divas match. Yay! And it was like a 6-man tag match. And it was like Natalia, uh, Beth Phoenix and Eve versus like I think Layla, Tamina, and Caitlyn. Like Caitlyn, what the fuck? The face Diva team won, and that's it. I don't. Do I really need to go in depth with it? I mean, I know it's the Divas, but it wasn't like this match was also important. And Beth Phoenix lost too, which makes no sense. So, who is the Divas' number one contender? Is AJ now? I guess, since she's probably done with the whole CM Punk Daniel Bryan thing. But coming up next, we have the Raw Money in the Bank, which featured the returning Miz, Chris Jericho, The Big Show, Kane, and Cena. See, I could do that because there was only like 4 or 5 guys, and most of these guys are well known. Like the SmackDown one, sometimes I'm struggling trying to think of like the random people in that match, but that was pretty easy for me, so I'm proud of that. But this Money in the Bank match, I wouldn't say it was terrible. I was actually pleasantly surprised by this match. I'm not saying it was better. I thought the SmackDown one, even though it was botchy in the beginning and they didn't pick up till the end, I still thought the SmackDown one was a tad bit better than the Raw one. The Raw one was a pretty good match, though. It definitely, I thought, did a pretty good job. I mean, we got some cool spots. There was not really any memorable moments. I said to me, this is what I said. If Cena would have FU'd the Big Show off that giant ladder, that would have been such a sick spot. Whether you're a Cena hater or lover or not, that would have been such a sick spot. I would have loved to see that. That would have been cool. Wouldn't you guys think so? Like Big Show's on that big ladder and Cena just throws him off and he breaks the fucking ring. That would be such a sick spot. But but really this match, it was really controlled by Jericho and The Miz. Jericho and Miz did most of the heavy work for this match. There's nothing much really to say. Like they trapped the Big Show sometimes, and the ending was what I did like was that this ending was more kind of like you didn't know who was going to win. At first, there was like, oh, Cena and Jericho. Oh, looks like Cena's going to win. No, wait, Jericho has Cena. Oh, Jericho pushed Cena off. Jericho has the Money in the Bank briefcase. Oh, no, here comes Miz. Wait a minute, Big Show. Big Show took out Miz and Jericho. And then ultimately, it came down to John Cena hitting Big Show across the head. And I swear to God, I think this was like a botch. I think the thing was not supposed to break. But Cena, when he was hitting the Big Show with the briefcase, the fucking thing flew up, and Cena looked so surprised, and so Cena won. I bet you Cena was supposed to win, but I think it was a botch on how he won because I don't think it was supposed to break. Because Cena looked very surprised, and his facial expressions just kind of said, "Oh wow, I can't believe that shit just happened." But overall, solid matchup. But this year's Money in the Bank, I gotta say, it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. I really had too much high hopes for this pay-per-view, but that's not going to bump down the grade. This Money in the Bank was overall a solid show. Definitely kind of a watch. Not really a huge watch. The only matches I really suggest you checking out is if you're a fan of slow, methodical paced matches, Sheamus and Del Rio. CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan is definitely a match you want to check out. But other than that, this Money in the Bank gets like a B- for me. B-. That's a fair grade on it. I mean, I personally think still maybe Extreme Rules or WrestleMania 28 is the better event this year, but no doubt in my mind that this is still a watchable event, just not as good as I was hoping to. Well, let's see what they will do for Monday Night Raw tomorrow. Catch that review tomorrow. Also, check out the Wrestling Wizards. They asked for a plug, so go ahead and check them out, and you can always ask me for a plug. Comment down below your thoughts on Money in the Bank 2012. What was your favorite match of the card? And yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. This is Chase Oliver 68, and I'll see you all later.